Hi, I'm Nathan.
I'm Mariassa. This is our daughter, Hensley.
Hi.
We sold our house, most of our stuff, bought an RV to travel the country.
And we document our family adventures on YouTube as Less Junk, More Journey. So before we decided to move into an RV full-time to travel, our life looked probably a lot like most people's lives. We both worked full-time. We both were gone from the house and gone from our daughter and gone from each other the majority of the day and the majority of the week. We'd get home and sometimes eat together. We'd sometimes see each other on the weekend. A lot of our weekend time was spent just catching up on things we'd gotten behind on. We didn't feel as close as a family as we felt like we should. And I think things really changed once we had our daughter Hensley.
She was definitely our main motivation for wanting a change. I think I was still off on maternity leave and I was dreading going back, and Nathan came across this video on the internet of this family that was living in an RV and they were traveling and they had a son, and they were just talking about the benefits of how amazing it was spending time as a family and bringing up their child and being able to teach as they traveled. And so when Nathan approached me with this video and he said, "Would you ever want to do anything like this?" And I said, absolutely. Like, we were both on board. We thought, well, if we sell our house and we get out of debt completely, so we had no payments on anything, then he said, you could stay home more, and why not travel while we're at it? So that was kind of our life changer right there.
So once we were both on board with this idea, it took us about a year to prep for it. I mean, it took us some time to get our house ready. It took some time for us with our work, especially for Mariassa with hers, for going from full-time down to a part-time basis with what she was doing. A lot of my work was already on my own schedule, on my own time with the business, some rental properties I had and stuff. So I could adjust a little easier because I didn't have a regular 9 to 5, but it was definitely some time for us to adjust with hers and with the house. And it took a year, I think, because we needed to make sure we prepared ourselves mentally, and we prepared our family and friends for that too, because
you get some looks.
No, it was, yeah.
when you tell them you're selling everything.
Yeah,
and
we're
gonna
selling
live
our
in
house and moving in an RV.
Why?
Yeah. Some people have taken longer and some people have done it faster, but it was a year for us.
It also took us that long just to downsize as well.
Yeah.
Like we had quite a bit of stuff, and I know that sounds crazy. You wouldn't think we had been married 3 years. You wouldn't think in the 3 years we had lived in our house that we would have accumulated that much stuff, but it adds up.
Well, and the initial decision to downsize from a house to an RV as well took, kind of happened because we were just sitting in our living room. We had like a living room, kitchen, open space area. And we're like, you know what? We had 4 bedrooms, a basement, of course, outdoor living and all this stuff people usually have. And we're like, you know what? We spend like 95% of our time sitting in this living room, kitchen area, just hanging out. And I said, we got all that other space is just sitting there empty, and we just felt like it was a total waste. If all we're going to use is this small space, why not buy something smaller and really make the most of the space we have? And that's kind of where the decision to downsize came from.
Downsizing from our previous 1,800 square foot house to our 300 square foot RV, we've even realized there are things we haven't touched and we're not using even after doing that much downsizing. So we're actually in the process of downsizing again because we're not even using what we had thought was what we needed. So it's amazing what you can actually live on and what you actually use and need, and how freeing it is getting rid of all that and having some space and breathing room and freedom from it.
The more you eliminate, the more freedom you have.
I think it's become a skill that you have to acquire. I don't think that, I guess previously I thought, okay, we'll downsize, we'll live in our RV, and then we'll never have to eliminate or organize again. It will all be done and that'll be it. But it's not really the case. There's things that keep coming in, and you have to almost like develop this skill of learning to eliminate and downsize. It's a continuous process, and I think that was something that kind of surprised me. I just thought it would be over and done, but it's become a skill, actually, if you're living small. My struggle is definitely clothes. That's been my struggle for as long as I can remember. So when we started downsizing, I think it really brought it to light. I think something that's really helped me is I have to tell myself, yes, I like this, but do I love it? And do I need it?
I think it's just having a plan. I think we fill the space that we have. We had 4 bedrooms in our house, and we actually at one time talked about adding on. I think if we'd added on, we would have filled those 4 bedrooms, and we would have filled whatever we're adding on with. Whereas now we've got the mindset of, we've gone down to this, to our RV, and we've basically, kind of filled the space we had. And so before you start to accumulate things, you designate a space for those things and tell yourself, okay, this is my space, this is my closet, this is my cubby for shoes or whatever. And once that begins to overflow, I have too much of that. Especially in an RV, you have to do that, or you start tripping over all your stuff. So I've got a lot of gadgets I keep in one drawer. If that drawer has a hard time shutting, I've been bringing in electronics, and electronics haven't been going out. So it's just a way to keep yourself in check, to designate those areas. So our everyday life now isn't drastically different than when it was in the house, except we've got a lot more freedom with how we spend our time. That doesn't mean we're bored. That doesn't mean we don't do anything. We're actually very busy, maybe even busier, honestly, with our time. But we're doing things that we love. So instead of spending time maybe doing a mundane job or doing something that kind of just drains you as a person, you do things that really just replenish you and give you life and make you excited to wake up in the morning and go out and do something totally new the next day.
We get to wake up and eat breakfast as a family and spend time together, and getting rid of space and things has allowed us to do that. And I'm not gonna say sometimes that I don't see, a big house or a big space or a nicer car, and I think you still maybe sometimes deep down want those things, but I have to ask myself, would I trade that for my time and the experiences that we're getting out of eliminating? And the answer is always, no. I love what we're doing. It's totally worth what we've given up because we've gotten so much more in return.
Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. If we say yes to the brand new $40,000 SUV, we're saying no to either cash we have stored away, or we're saying no to our free time because we have to go earn extra income with maybe a job or something like that. So we try to be very careful what we say yes to as well, because our time is the most valuable thing we have as a person here on earth, and we want to make the most of it. So our travel style when it comes to living in an RV, we have a campground we stay in. Both our families live like within 5 minutes of each other in the same town, and we've lived there our whole lives. So we love our hometown. We love where we're at, but at the same time, we want to explore the country and we want to explore things around us. So we spend probably a fourth or a third of the year in a campground in our hometown, just because we want to. We come here for holidays. We come here, her brother's getting married. We're here for him to be married. I mean, we have the freedom to be there for those things, and so we try to be there. But the rest of the time, we'll go out 2-3 months at a time, and we'll explore different areas of the country in our RV.
Relationships are super important to us, even with our family and friends that are in the area. So we definitely don't want to be gone 365 days a year. We want our family to still be a part of our life and our daughter's life.
Well, I think a lot of people think it's all or nothing. If I'm going to sell my house, move in an RV, the concern might be, well, what about my friends and family? What about maybe my child's relationship with people locally? Well, I mean, our daughter still has those relationships, and even when we're on the road, we have FaceTime, things like that.
When it comes to this lifestyle, our daughter Hensley has gained so much from this. She just amazes us how fast she catches on.
When it comes to learning, you're going to learn faster through experiences than you are from just pointing at a book or trying to memorize things. And that's what our life's about. We create experiences. We don't have to say, hey, look, mountain in the book. We're like, no, hey, look, here's a mountain, right here. Here's a sand dune. She's always learning new words and new things just from seeing them out of our window or walking outside and seeing them.
She gets the security of having her parents and the love of her parents with her each and every day, and she gets that special one-on-one time from each of us, and We get to read books and do activities, and
so I think socially this has been good for Hensley in a sense. And I think she's learning social cues and social behaviors from her parents. And not that you can't learn social cues from, kids can't learn social cues from kids their own age, but I think it's also very good for them to learn social cues and how to interact socially for parents and adults as well. And she definitely gets more of that than the norm with us, and we feel like it's been a good thing.
It's been good for us as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the same skills she's had to use to meet new people, I mean, so have we. It's kind of pushed us out of our box a little bit, and I think when you're traveling, you kind of have to be willing to step out there and meet new people, and that wasn't maybe something that we were great at before, but we've had to get good at, and I think we've really enjoyed that. It's really helped us grow as people, and I think it's helping her grow as well.
Overall, this entire decision to do this, was about, trading stuff and trading time at work for experiences. And we feel like it's been a great success as far as that.
Let's go take a look at our RV. This is our 39-foot Newmar Canyon Star motorhome. It's a 2011. We've been on the road RVing about a year and a half now, and we've been in this motorhome for the past year.
If we're going down the road and we need something from the refrigerator, if we need to go to the bathroom, or if Marissa need to have access to Hensley, who rides in the back buckled up, we could do all those things while going down the road.
So this couch pulls out into a fold-out bed, which we love because we love having guests over. Our families like to come and visit, and friends when we're out traveling, especially if we're somewhere really cool. It seems they will show up a little more then. Here's our kitchen area. There is tons of storage. We can't complain. We've been able to store everything we need. We'll shop for a week at a time, and our kitchen does just great. Counter space is pretty good. This folds up into a stove, and then we have a convection microwave oven, which I was a little worried about because I had never used one before, but we actually prefer this now because it gives us extra storage where we don't have an oven, and it's multi-purpose, and it does a really good job actually. So we really enjoy this, and you can put this down for extra counter space. It can get a little tight while you're cooking, but it's actually been a really good use of space here. I was a little worried about fridge space, but it's actually been perfect for us. We're a family of 3. Our toddler eats like a grown-up though, but it's been really good, and it holds food for a week. Freezer space would be more of an issue than fridge space, but it holds quite a bit, honestly. And ours has an ice maker, which we absolutely love. That was a surprise. We didn't know we would find that as handy as it is, but we love that because we pack our lunch on our travels quite a bit. Something this motorhome has that we absolutely love that we didn't find in our last RV that we lived in is these pull-out drawers. It's really easy to organize, and you can see all your cans and everything that's here. Felt like before it was just this big hole, and it was not great, but I love these slide out drawers. They've been really handy, easy to get in and out, see what you've got. For a washer and dryer, we have this combo unit. We didn't even know this existed. This has been amazing. It washes and it dries all in one. So it's been so easy doing laundry in a small space, because before I was having to climb flights of stairs, carrying big baskets of clothes, but now I can easily just throw in a load and it washes, it dries it. I don't even have to move it over, so we've really enjoyed this. And we use the top for our daughter's closet here. Way more than a 2-year-old needs, but like I said, downsizing is a process.
This is our dining area. This is actually can double as a desk. This can fold down, and then you can use this as a desk if you want to as well. We never do that. It's too much trouble to move it around, and there's only 3 of us, so it's worked really well to just have 2 chairs, and then this is Hensley's chair that attaches underneath, and so we can actually take this off and put it on a picnic table outside or move it around if we need to as well for her seat. This can have a leaf in it that'll extend it out even farther, and you can have 4 chairs instead of 2, but there's just 3 of us, so we've never actually messed with that.
So we had to get creative for a space in a motorhome, because usually they have a little bit of a 2-person setup. So this used to be a wardrobe closet, and it was really important for us for her to have a play area. So we've got her bunk bed on top, and this is on a hydraulic system. We've got a fan for ventilation, and this is a musician's blanket, so it kind of muffles sound and light. She's loved it. And then she's got her playhouse below, so she's got her own space, and she loves it. Don't you? Do you love your room?
Tickles. Tickle mommy.
You tickling me? Oh, I'll tickle you. We got these bins that she keeps her toys in. You got a ball? Our plan is to have multiple bins that we switch in and out to change her toys up. And then she's got all her books down here. This is our bedroom area. It's got a queen bed, tons of light, which is something that we loved about this space. But we have 2 of these closets, and it's worked out good for us. They have a pretty good amount of space. We actually call this a hers and hers closet because obviously I get most of the room, and Nathan only gets a few hangers, but that's by his choice, so I take up the rest of the space. This is actually like winter and summer because we travel to different climates so much, so I do get to have my winter and my summer available, so this is worked out good. We've got 6 drawers. They're pretty big and roomy. We also got storage underneath the bed, and then we have 2 up top, so we've got quite a bit of storage in the bedroom as well. Here's the bathroom. We've got this rounded shower here. We use this storage here as our laundry. So we've got his, hers, and our daughter's here, and some extra towels. And we've actually got tons of storage in the bathroom as well. We have these cabinets here, and up here, and on the sides and underneath. They did a really good job. And we still, again, we have more space than we need. We could downsize again.
So that's our home on wheels. It's been an adjustment to move from almost 2,000 square feet to 300 square feet, but it hasn't been, to me at least, as much of an adjustment as we probably thought. The things you can do and the places you can go once you downsize are just amazing.
I think we thought it was going to be a sacrifice, but we're not really giving up. We're gaining more than we're giving up, so it's been
an awesome journey. And that's really what our channel on YouTube is about the journey. The ups, the downs, the things that are awesome, but then the things that are a struggle with RV living too. So if you're curious about that lifestyle, make sure you check that out. And we really appreciate GoDownsize giving us the chance to share our home with you guys.